It used to be known as an architectural masterpiece. What's left of the Morandi Bridge now snakes across a road and into a dry riverbed. In amongst the rubble, one section, the surface, remarkably untouched. Rescue efforts continued in the hope of still finding people alive. It's hard to imagine how anyone in these two crumpled cars could have survived. But one man did, a former professional footballer. He's now recovering in hospital and asked for his face not to be shown.
I saw the road collapsing. I went down with it. I was lucky enough to land. I don't even know how, if you saw my car. I didn't pass out. I remained lucid and called the fire brigade to let them know about the situation and to come and get me. Then I called my family. I felt as though a miracle happened.
With no bridge, the city is in effect cut in two, and people here and beyond want to know why. A severe weather alert had been declared. This footage was filmed by one man who drove across the bridge 10 minutes before it collapsed. The Morandi Bridge was hailed as a pioneering piece of architecture when it was built 50 years ago. Concrete was used to encase the steel cables that held the structure up. It was the middle section that collapsed yesterday, which included one of the bridge's 3 support towers. Cracks in the concrete have been a regular feature since soon after the bridge was opened. One theory is that those cracks allowed water to get in and corrode the cables, leading one of them to snap.
I saw some photographs and some movies of a collapse, and I had the clear impression that the collapse occurred in the column, in the tower. I think that a similar collapse could be due to the breakage of a cable. Because if for any reason one of the cables breaks, the column is unbalanced due to a transversal force that cannot be resisted.
Atlantia is the parent company of Autostrade, who operates the bridge.
We are currently in the process of investing approximately 22 billion euros in the upgrade of 900 kilometres of the most heavily used sections of the Italian motorway network.
Atlantia says it carried out regular, sophisticated checks on the structure, but that hasn't stopped politicians blaming the company and those linked to it.
I'll tell you when we analyse the contracts and when we're ready to withdraw the concessions and to give fines of up to 150 million euros.
The Italian Prime Minister has called the tragedy unacceptable in a modern society. With the death toll expected to rise, a state of emergency has been declared.
Jane Dodge reporting. Well, I'm joined now via the internet by Professor Giovanni Solari from the University of Genoa, who you just saw in Jane's report. Professor, thanks for coming on the programme. Tell me, how worried were you about this particular bridge?
The bridge is really a unique or almost unique construction in this type. It is of a type of a cable-stayed bridge, but it has the particularity of that the cable stays, which are usually realized in steel for resist to traction, to tension, are really made of strands, but the strands are covered by reinforced concrete, which is of course a pre-stressed concrete, in order to protect the cables from corrosion and attacks.
But
yes.
Did you ever think that something like this could happen with this particular bridge?
Well, this bridge is unique. We have not many bridges of this type, and probably Morandi himself did not recognize at the beginning how much the bridge has to suffer frequent reinforcement. The bridge from the beginning exhibited some problems, especially with corrosion, with cracking of concrete due to stress, and a lot of works has been made to reinforce the bridge periodically. Right. And also the bridge has been monitored continuously, and the new works were planned next year to reinforce again the strengths.
But it does beg a belief that a thunderstorm, a rainstorm, even a powerful one, could bring this bridge down.
Well, I believe it is very difficult that a thunderstorm alone can create a problem. The day of the collapse of the bridge, the weather was very bad, and probably there was thunderstorm in this area. But a bridge is a very heavy structure, so we have many experiences of collapse due to thunderstorm for lighter structures, not so for heavy. Anyway, we have many data, and we will process all data in the next days.
How worried should we be about other bridges in Italy?
Well, when we design a bridge, we plan a resistance of a bridge for 50 years of lifetime. And most concrete bridges have been built just 50, 60 years ago. So now we are in a phase in which these bridges becomes to be old. When a bridge is old, it is necessary to check the bridges and to decide if a bridge can be reinforced or can be substituted. In reality, this is a political decision that needs not only the will of making this analysis, but also the money. It is necessary to have funds to carry out this operation of a large patrimony of structures.
Right. Okay, Professor Solari, got to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed.